As you can imagine, this story has absolutely set Washington and the rest of the United States literally on fire in terms of what it may mean. Now, I just want to stress that the sources named in Jeffrey Goldberg's article in The Atlantic, and he is editor-in-chief of the magazine, are anonymous. But those who know Washington well will recognize the sources, or at least friends of the sources, and that's what's causing the problem, is that it seems to be very well sourced. But immediately after the article went out on social media and the internet, we have got the biggest pushback I've ever seen, and the most rapid, from the Trump administration and Trump himself. In fact, he went back on a plane back from Pennsylvania to actually say to reporters it was fake news. Let me just read you a little bit of the article from Atlantic. This is a 2018 visit, or planned visit, to a cemetery for fallen soldiers in the First World War in northern France. And this is what Jeffrey Goldberg says. Trump said, "Why should I go to that cemetery? It's filled with losers." In a separate conversation on the same trip, Trump referred to more than 1,800 Marines who lost their lives at Belleau Wood as suckers for getting killed. Now, there was bad weather events. Apparently, Secret Service said it wasn't safe to fly in a helicopter, but some members of the administration did actually make it to that cemetery, and other world leaders commemorating the 100 years since the end of the First World War, the Great War, did make it to their own respective cemeteries. There's also in this report more disparaging remarks attributed to the president when it comes to John McCain, who was a senator the president did not get on with. When he died, of course, there was a huge funeral which he did not attend. There was a delay in putting White House flags at half staff or half mast. Now, the president has come out, and a lot of people who have been around him over the years, and said this is just not true. Mike Pompeo, the Secretary of State, Sarah Sanders, then press secretary, and then the president himself has tweeted and then said this as well.
There is nobody that feels more strongly about our soldiers, our wounded warriors, our soldiers that died in war than I do. It's a hoax. It's just a continuation of the witch hunt so that it can hopefully affect the election.
Of course, this has a political dimension, and his opponent in the presidential election, Joe Biden, whose son served in Iraq and has died since, not in war, but from brain cancer, said this.
If what is written in the Atlantic is true, it's disgusting. And it affirms what most of us believe to be true, that Donald Trump is not fit to be the job of president, to be the commander-in-chief.
Now, the question is, of course, will this matter in the polls and in the election? And I can tell you, on social media, on his preferred television networks, there's a little bit of a pushback. The fact that these sources in this really damning article are anonymous does not help the credence of these charges either. Nathan King, CGTN, at the White House.